Good morning and welcome to another issue of Coffee with Ciara. I have my coffee from, oh my god, cat. Equilateral. I'm also wearing my Equilateral sweatshirt, which is under my scarf, which I finished. I'm also holding some slippers. This cat, this one, has been a menace today. He unrolled like half a roll of toilet paper. He has been knocking things over and scratching at things and just generally uphill. So I don't know what's gotten into him. Maybe it's the spring. I don't know. But get the knitting content out of the way. I made a couple of slippers out of some scraps. Using up the scraps still. And then I finished this. I'll stand up so you can see my Equilateral sweatshirt and my cute scarf. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. So yeah, that's the knitting. I started a pair of socks. I was trying to make this lace top. That didn't work out. It required too much concentration. Even for just a simple lace pattern, I could not hang. So I'll pick it back up, maybe. So I'm working on a sock. What I need to do is order yarn for the Christmas sweaters I intend to make for myself and my boys. But just haven't pulled the trigger yet on that because it's kind of expensive. I'm gonna end up spending like $250 just on yarn. So yeah. What else? So Oklahoma was great. We got back over a week ago now. I took the latter part of last week to kind of recoup because not only had I been gone for a week in another state, but the entire previous month was laid up on the couch / just feeling like garbage. So I just needed a minute to catch my breath. And I did. And I'm back to painting. I'm back working on my Oracle deck. I'm trying to figure out, the light is not great right now for some reason, but it's sage, big sage, desert sage. Stop eating my scarf. Oh my god, this cat. Does someone want a black cat? Yeah, I am pleased with how this one turned out. I'm excited to start the next one. I want to do a horny toad because they're cute. More lizards, please. I also want to do a rabbit. Maybe I'll do a rabbit because Ostara is next Tuesday, spring equinox. And rabbits, hares in particular, jackrabbits, all kind of represent. So that would be something nice in the mood. It's very spring right now. We got a ton of rain, and now it's nice and sunny, and it's still cold and crisp in the morning, and I'm comfortable in a scarf, and I had to close the window because it was too cold. Actually, I closed the window because someone was mowing their lawn. 'Tis the season. As much as I wish we could all just... I want everything. I would like to have my cake and eat it too, please. I want a wild yard, but I want a perfectly landscaped yard also. And yeah, I can't have both. I'm trying to make it like curated wild, kind of. Not really. It needs to be tamed. Anyway, it's been a big project, is getting the backyard cleaned up and doing some landscaping back there. Front yard needs to be cleaned up, and then I'm going to start planting probably next week, maybe some this weekend, planting my vegetables and some flowers. Hopefully it's not too late for the flowers. yeah, last year I tried to plant poppies, but we're pretty sure the seeds were radish seeds. I don't know if poppy seeds and radish seeds actually look the same, but we got a ton of radishes in the bed that I planted the poppies in, and 0 poppies. So that was fun. Yeah, this year I'm planning on well, we're gonna do another like tea herb garden in the back, and then I want to put in a big vegetable garden tub above ground to plant like the tomatoes in. I want to do corn. I want to do sunflowers for the birds. I want to do corn for decoration mostly, because it'll be perfect for fall. And then I want to do pumpkins and squash and cucumbers for eating. And what else do I have? Beans. I really want some vertical climbers, so beans. And then I'm going to buy some jasmine. My little window here, I have my bird feeder. I did put a little hanger hook on the side of the wall that I want to hang a wind chime on. And then I would love to plant a bunch of climbing plants to cover the fence. I don't know how good that is for the fence, but it's an old fence anyway. I want plants, and I want plants that flower for even more hummingbirds. So jasmine or honeysuckle would be good. And I really like jasmine. They have pink jasmine. We've created pink jasmine. I don't know if that's natural, but whatever. I like pink, obviously. I'll talk about the art. More of the art, because I showed you my little Oracle deck piece. I have a lot to talk about today. First normal week in a while. Feels great. It's too big to show it all to you, and the light is weird. Getting a picture of this thing is going to be a beast, because there's a lot of different textures. You can see the paper reflecting. And I left this loose. I don't know how I feel about it. You know, just an experiment. But anyway, so this was supposed to be... There. This was supposed to be another background for a UFO, because I have a show coming up in May at day camp, and I wanted to do more UFOs, or more of like the UFOs I've been doing, which is the abstract painting with the desert scene and part of it masked, and you peel the mask off, and that's the tractor beam. Those. Oh, there's David Bowie also. I made that after he died. And now he is just, being my little patron saint up there. Sorry, I'm cracking my knuckles on camera. Probably not great. This is what I wanted to do more of. But as I was making this piece, I was like, no, you know what it really needs? A prickly pear cactus. So that's what it got. You gotta do what the art tells you to do. What are you gonna do? But what the art tells you to do. So, there we go. It's pretty much done. It's good to see it on camera. I tend to like how things look on camera, but only because it helps you look at it with fresh eyes. As the artist, you get, you spend hours with this thing, and so you see all the you could just go and go and go and go and go forever. And knowing when to stop can be hard. So a helpful hack I have found is to take a picture of it, to adjust that picture to black and white to see if there's enough contrast, and then also to look at it. It helps you look at it more as a whole, and not get so bogged down in the details that don't really matter. And these days, I am not about the details. I cannot work smaller than like a Sharpie pen tip, like a used Sharpie pen tip. I just can't be bothered. I mean, sketching is one thing, but drawing is one thing. And I think I've been this way for a long time. I like the impression of things more than the detail. At least in my own practice. Yes, hyperrealism is, I don't know if you can hear the cat banging. He stopped. I can hear him and it's driving me crazy because he's been driving me crazy today. What was I saying? Hyperrealism is impressive. It's not my cup of tea. I prefer to play with color and texture and impressions. So, anyway, that's where things are at with me in the studio. Let's just keep this over here. And yeah, let's see what else is new. Now our other cat is yelling at the dumb cat. Nobody likes him right now. He's really annoying. I had a great interview, great couple of interviews for the podcast this last week. Had to take some time off there because I was sick, but we're back in the swing of things. I interviewed Dragon Boy and Kirk Williams of Lish Bills. Both great interviews, and I'm very excited to share them. Dragon Boy's episode is out now, so if you are a listener of the Chico Creates podcast, go listen to that. I've got starting to get the next couple of guests lined up for the end of the month to release in April. And what else? Podcast news. Yeah. Oh, I have a couple of little bitty baby arts that I'm selling for just $10 each. Aren't they cute? Oh, look at the colors it matches. I love these colors right now, obviously. Although it's got a nice little bitty pop of teal, turquoise rather. And that one, and then this little one. So these little guys are just $10, and you can put a magnet on the back. You can stick it on a little mini easel, but they're little bitty baby arts. And I'm probably gonna make more of them, but those two are available. One of them is sold already. This one. That one is sold. So. If you want some little bitty baby art for just $10, and then if you're not local, $5 to ship it. So, 15. Those are available. Lately, I have been thinking a lot about my day job and my goals with the day job. So, I have a day job. Not everyone knows that. I don't talk about it much, like, on socials. If you know me, you know I have a day job. And like most, I don't even know if it's most. See, there's a weird, we know that the internet is a weird place because there's like an echo chamber thing that happens. And you end up seeing what you want to see / what the internet thinks you want to see, which feeds into what you think you want to see. It's weird. And it totally changes your entire view of the world. It can be dangerous, as we know. Not going to get into politics, but there's a great example. And the internet that I have been playing in the last probably decade has been one of entrepreneurship, and which in and of itself is not a bad thing, and following your dreams and living up to your potential and all these things, which are not bad things, and which have really pushed me in a good way in my work. I've had to do a lot of soul searching. It's challenging in a lot of ways. But I've been at this for about a decade, I would say, and I'm still working a day job. And I I've talked about this on other podcast spots that I've guested on, but every time it comes up, I say some of the same things, but then I feel like I have new insights. I don't actually know if that's true, but it feels new to me, so I'm just going to talk about it here. The relationship I currently have with my day job is one I go between hating the fact that I have a day job, and it really has nothing to do with the job itself. It's just the fact that I have a day job. It makes me feel like I'm a failure as an artist, or like a failure as an entrepreneur, or that because I can't even make a living at it, I'm doing something wrong, and it all is on me. That I'm doing something wrong, and if I could just figure out the secret to making it work for me, then everything would be great. And every year I start off with all these goals of I'm going to make this much money this year. If I can make this much, then I can quit my job. Like that's the ultimate goal and the ultimate signpost for success or whatever. But lately I've been feeling really grateful for my day job, and really grateful that I don't have to put all this pressure on myself. I mean, I'm literally the only one putting pressure on myself, because I don't have to rely on my art for my income, which is a wonderful thing for a lot of reasons. I can do whatever I want. I can go with the flow of my energy. I can those are huge. And I think you can get really fixated on the goal that you want, the outcome that you want. But if you are able to think about what that outcome is supposed to give you, and then start looking for evidence of that in your current life, not only does it make it easier on the way there, but it can get to the heart of what you really want faster. So for example, in my own life, the whole reason I want to work for myself and be self-sustaining with my art business is for the time freedom, and is for the income freedom, and is for the those are the two big things. I want freedom, ultimate freedom, of time, being able to just do what I want whenever. And I realize I've found myself in a position that is really flexible, and affords me a lot of that. I'm here at my computer and in my office all day, and I can't just decide, oh, I'm not going to go to work today, or I'm not going to do anything today. But at the same time, I have because I'm working from home, that's a huge relief for me in my mental health. I feel I get to be in my studio all day, and just I can be I'm such a homebody. I'm all this to say, I'm really grateful for this job, and that I feel like, and there's some things happening that are like gonna be, I think, ultimately really positive for me and my position in the company. And I'm actually looking forward to some things coming up, and it's a different place that I've been with this particular job than I have in the past. And a lot of that is coming down to like what ultimately I want. And yeah, I would love to just be able to take a vacation just because, but I'm also like not above working a normal job. And again, like I said, like it's a really great job that I have. It really plays to my strengths, and yeah, I wish there's always going to be something that you wish was different at a job, but I have it pretty good. So anyway, I've just been in this space. I feel like I've definitely been rambling for the last 5 minutes just about how good I have it. But really, it's like I'm such a grass is greener person in general, and I've been really working hard on towing this line between complacency and gratitude. And like, if I take away the pressure I put on myself to grow my art business, where does that leave me, kind of a thing? And I'm trying to find another way to grow without that pressure and without that stress that I'm inventing to try to get myself to do things. And trying to like relax into the stability that I have in my life, and be grateful for that and all of this. So anyway, I don't know if any of that is relevant to you, where you're at in your life. But yeah, we're all just figuring it out as we go. So all that to say, silver linings and all that. Of course, tomorrow I'll probably be like, oh my God, I gotta get out of this job. No, it'll be fine. Yeah, I feel very lucky. And it's nice to like recognize that instead of just constantly chafing and feeling like I need to be doing more, something's wrong because this isn't happening fast enough or whatever. And then you get caught up in like, well, if I can just release desire, then maybe it will come to me. But that's not guaranteed either. So, I'm just trying to enjoy the journey while staying on the journey. Instead of being like, this is good enough, I'll just camp out here. I don't want to camp out. I want to keep going. It's exciting. See what happens next. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just grateful. Grateful to be able to be in my space and to be able and to like have my kid in daycare. Oh my God. I think that's all it is. That's why I'm feeling so great right now, is because Hazel is in daycare. That sounds terrible. But no, like, yeah. Another reason to be grateful for this job is we can afford daycare, and then I can feel like an adult and have time to do things. Anyway, I've rambled long enough. I hope, let's see, St. Patrick's Day is today at the time that this is released. So, I'm not like a St. Patrick's Day drinker, green beer kind of person, but I do like to make Irish scones. And before we went vegan, we would do corned beef and potatoes. I can still do potatoes. I like potatoes a lot. So, yeah, so are you doing anything for St. Patrick's Day? Are you doing anything for spring equinox? I'm planting things, like I mentioned. And yeah, soon enough it's going to be really freaking hot. So I'm excited to get the yard fixed up to where we want to spend more time out there. Hazel loves to be outside, which is good because then it makes me be outside, and it's good to be outside. Outside is good. I hope you go outside. The weather is nice where you are. Make some time to go outside. My cat is now eating my foot. It's time for me to sign off. And I will talk to you next week. Bye.